Hi guys, it's Emilia here and welcome to Journal Engineer. It's already the end of February, so I'm sure that every one of you is wondering what to do for March. And today I'm gonna do a typical plant theme, which I don't know why I truly love for March, maybe because the entire nature is blooming at that point. So yep, let's not lose more time and begin. Here you can see our February theme, which is lantern theme, and if you want to do something like this for your February and not plants as we do in this video, just feel free to go back and watch the February setup video. So we open on brand new pages, and basically I'm gonna do the same structure for the cover page as I did in February, because I truly like to have similar cover pages, just different covers and different themes. So I'm gonna do the square on the right and also on the left the calendar. I'm gonna do something different for the monthly spread though, so just stay tuned for that later in this video. The pens that I'm going to use are those that you see here. Basically, I chose different shades of green and also gray because I want to have some kind of background behind the plants. And before I start, I always go back to my last page where I try out the different colors, how they fit together, how they look together. So yeah, basically this is what I do. I start with all art and graphic twin pens, the long one that you see, and I also have one Dingbats Atto pen here, like the small dwarf there. I also add 2 shades of brown for the pots because of course I don't want to have green plants in green pots. Something interesting that I want to show you just in the beginning is like, you see that I have green covers and I also have brown covers, like you see them split it right here. So I have this one pen that somehow was brown and then the soft tip turned in green. It's really interesting. I'm gonna show you right now. So look how green it is, and then when I turn the tip with a hard tip, you can see that right now it's like brown. I don't know how that happened. Probably it's oxidated, or I don't know, something is messed up. And then after I have all the colors, I start doing the pots and trying to see how a plant will look like on my page. I first start with a pot, however in the real drawings you're gonna see just in a minute, I'm not doing this. Here it's just like a sketching to see how the colors will fit together with the plants. Something that I really want to mention is the order of which I will be drawing stuff. So first, we always do the things that are in front, like the top layer, and then we go to the layers below it. And here you can see a small drawing of which one I will draw first. So first we're gonna draw probably the ropes, then we're gonna do the plants and then the pots, because sometimes the plants can fall over the pots, which means that we need to do them last. However, it's not that hard because you're gonna see in the beginning we're gonna do just a small sketch with a pencil, which means that we can erase it really easy, and from then on I'm gonna continue with micron pen, but you're gonna see just in a second. So going back to the main page, after we finish with our sketching, I do the background, which is like kind of similar. I just use a color that is really close to my main theme color, and this time it's really pale green, as you can see. I don't know, probably on the video right now is seen as gray, but trust me, it's green. It's like really pale green here. Then I start sketching the pots. This is important because I want to see where they're gonna be, so I can have this slightly tilted look as I have in every other of my themes, from right to left down. And that's why I sketch out the pots really quick. Here, nothing interesting. Actually, I would really like to have different pots so the drawing can appear more diverse, but at the end I actually drew them all the same. So if you have the energy and nerves to do them all different, be my guest. Then I sketch out a few shelves on the bottom because I also like to have shelves. I'm gonna use the shelves further in my weekly spreads. That's why I want to put them in the theme from the beginning so they don't appear from nowhere in my weekly spreads. I start with the plants with my micron pen, and here you can see a closer picture of what I'm doing. So first I draw the ropes that are with the hanging posts because they're in front of the plants. And then I start doing the plant itself behind those ropes. After I have the plant done, then I start doing the pot, and then I add a few more details here and there. But the main thing is that I have actually drawn already with Micron Pad. I have drawn the main lines here, so I know which goes behind what. Then I start doing the other pots, so I try to have more diverse plants here. As you can see, I started with a plant that is like standing up, then I continue with a plant that is standing down. This plant was really easy to do because, as you see, I just did a few lines down and then I start doing 8s, like the number 8. Basically that's all. So I continue doing the rest of the plants, and as you can see here, I have a bit of similarities. I mean, I couldn't achieve my goal to do each plant as different as possible. Each of you, including me, we have one plant that we love to draw, which means that usually when you start drawing, initially we start drawing this exactly plant. And for me, this is this plant. You're gonna see it so often through the entire theme. So yeah, probably you're gonna have one for yourself too, like one that is really easy to do. Then after I draw the 4 plants here, I start with the shells. I help myself with the line, however, line is optional, you can always do freehand here. And I start doing the plants. As you can see, again, the same plant as I mentioned. And one of the plants I also draw slightly out of the square because I never want to contain all the plants inside the square. From my point of view, it's really unbalanced on the page, but you can have a different point of view, of course, you're allowed. And after I have all the plants finished here, I start finally drawing the colors. This is my nightmare, guys. I'm not really good with colors. I mean, I truly enjoy colorful spreads, but it's been a struggle for me every time I start choosing the colors. So I start with the green part of the plants. Here I decided just to use a few of the green shades, nothing specific. I don't put that much brain, that much thought inside of the drawing. I just like here and there a few greens and I cover the plants. Maybe for you, I advise you to just see how they stick together, because right now looking at them, I could make them better. You know, that's always what I think. I could make them better, but you know what? I decided this time I'm gonna happy with that mess of colors. After I have the plants drawn, I start doing the pots. So for the pots I have just 2 shades of brown, but no worries, we're gonna do it just fine with them, because I'm gonna use one of the shades for the basic color and the other one I'm gonna use more like a shade, so the picture look a bit more realistic. Although when I look like a real drawings of plants, like from a real artist, this one looks like a child's drawing. But I like it, and you should like yours as well, so no worries about this. Do what you want and do what you like and do what you can. And after I have all the colors intact here on my page, I start drawing the tilted design that I mentioned. I decided to be from dots. I had no idea what else to draw here, so at first I had a plan to draw leaves flying around, but unfortunately I'm drawing almost only succulents here and they don't have any leaves, which means that it was truly unnatural for me to draw leaves. But you can take that idea if that's fine for you. That's why I did only dots, and I decided to do big and small dots, you know, so the drawing can appear more diverse. So maybe you noticed, but this video is gonna be more short than my other videos because I have so much work to do and I don't have that much time to edit, guys. I'm sorry for this. At first I have planned to not post much, but at the end I decided that some of you really want to see that spread. I was really touched when last year I didn't post my November or December, I don't remember, and some of you commented also, but I wanted to see December. Oh, really kind of you. I mean, you truly put a smile on my face, so I decided for you guys to take that time and record and voice over March. Even though it's not gonna be my usual long video, I still decided to share it with you. And on the left page, as usual, we continue with the calendar. With the calendar, this time I'm gonna do the calendar on the bottom of the page and I'm gonna do my list for April on the top of the page because, I don't know, it's just suited better with me. Here, nothing specific. I also do a few plants here and there. As you can see, if the plants are from the top of the page, I do them as a hanging plants, and further in the theme you're gonna see if the plants are on the bottom of the page, I'm gonna do them on shelves. Basically, this is how I divide the entire page depending on drawings. If you can, probably you notice, but each time I decide to have a hanging plant, I usually do the pot a bit higher so I can have the space to draw the plants that are hanging down. And with those 3 plants here, we almost finished with our monthly cover. It's not one of my best themes, but I really like it. So if you like it so far, you know, don't forget to give it a like or even subscribe to the channel. I'll be more than happy to have you here and draw plants together, lanterns together, and whatever else the year offers. It depends, of course. So let's continue to our monthly spreads. I really want my monthly spreads to look different each month. I don't know why. It's totally different than my cover page because it's almost the same as a structure. And here I just sketch out really quick what I want to have. I was not sure at the beginning, and I decided to have my sleep time recorded for the first time. You may notice that I have numbers only for the second half of the month. This is because I'm gonna have a trip in the first half, so I'm not going to use my journal. And as you know, I really like to do my journals so they can fit my schedule, and basically if I'm not going to use the journal, I don't need those fields. So that's why I do the sleep time only for the second half of March. And further in the video you're going to see that I'm going to start March from the 3rd week. So on the top on the right page, as you see, I do the sleep tracker, and on the bottom, as we started with trackers, I do other trackers that further when the month come, I'm gonna decide which activity I want to track. This is really important, by the way. I don't do trackers in advance. I mean, I sketch them, I put the views there, but literally at the beginning of the month I actually choose what I want to track, because it depends what is on my mind. If I have some insight from life or something, I may want to track hiking, I may track to do yoga, or maybe maybe at the start of the month I'll have the urge to track my reading. I don't know, it depends. So I'm gonna leave those trackers free for now, and I'm gonna start covering the rest of the pages. As you can see, I have some typical fields. I have my goals, my monthly goals, which I truly adore this field, and I have my song of the month, which I always feel at the end of the month. That's why, guys, you never see which one is it, but probably at the end when I do a flip through of my entire journal, you're gonna see each song for each month. I also have my brain dump because I need the space to dump my ideas, which are circulating in my mind constantly. One thing that I heard a few years ago and truly stuck with me, I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I'm sure that you understand the point. So our brains are for generating ideas, not for storing them. Yep, that's why we need bullet journals. And of course I cannot miss but do some plans here, and you can notice that they're also the same plans as I did on the last page. And here I did a mistake, guys. As you know, each video I need to have at least one mistake. I don't do them on purpose. I'm really angry at the end that I have done this, but yeah, let me give you an advice. Never do other things before your pen are totally dry. So yeah, I started outlining the sleep line, and then you can see I didn't saw it at the moment I did it. I saw it later in this video, but anyway, it's not, I just left it like this. So we're really with our monthly page, and now let's try the weekly. As I told you earlier, I'm gonna use the shelves for my weekly, and this is how I'm gonna divide the days. I think it's awesome. I've done this again in, I think, 2018, in my journal from 2018 or from 2019. I don't remember that much, but I've done it before, and I truly like this structure, so I decided to do it. It's really easy because I do the shelves, as you can see, then I draw the different plants, and then on the right I do even more plants, and with that we finish our March. Thank you guys for being here. I think it turned out really great. And if you like this video, you know, don't forget to give it a like or even subscribe. I post only once a month, so I'm not gonna spam your homepage a lot, and you're gonna have a lovely theme to reference for your journal if you need. And yeah, I guess see you in the end of March when I'm gonna post my April, which it's gonna be something more colorful. I mean, something more flowersy, colorful. I don't know, greeny, bluey. No, we're gonna see. So yep, thank you for watching, guys, and see you in the next video. Until then, don't forget to stay on the sunny side.